So I've been wanting to get on YouTube for a while now, but I've been too scared, and I've had all these different excuses, but I'm just going to do it and just try and make some videos and see how it goes. So today I was inspired to make a video because I saw this really popular yoga account. She's very slim, she's very talented, but she's promoting ketogenic diets and talking about sugar being toxic and saying all these different things about how it's important to eat clean and addressing eating disorder recovery too, saying just eat clean because if you eat bad food, that's just going to make you worse. She's sort of encouraging an orthorexic attitude, and I just thought that was so odd. And she even said there, I've never struggled with an eating disorder, and then she put her opinion out there. She's saying that it's better to maneuver them towards healthy food than just allowing them to eat a donut. She says you're just feeding the problem, and that now she only craves fruit and vegetables. And it's like, that's great, but it's very dangerous to encourage that sort of advice with these people who have this orthorexic attitude around food. They're too scared to even eat, a piece of fruit. They're too scared to eat anything with calories, and then they're trying to create this healthy attitude around food while getting these messages constantly in the media, social media. They've got enough of it without having these role models saying you have to eat clean, eating a donut or whatever, that's toxic. I think that advice is toxic. Personally, I believe in eating a nourishing diet full of beautiful, healthy, vibrant foods. Eat most of your calories from fruits and vegetables, high carbohydrate, energizing foods, bananas and dates and potatoes and oatmeal, and these things that are going to really sustain you. But if you're giving this advice to people who are recovering, a lot of them who are underweight, who need to gain weight, who need to gain normalcy in their lifestyle again, you can't expect them to just eat these calorically dilute foods and expect them to gain weight when their metabolism is going to ramp up as soon as they've been introducing food back into their diet. And it's just, some of them find it so hard to gain weight. I don't blame the fact that some of them do rely on higher energy foods. They might eat ice creams and things like that as snacks to get the weight up. I don't believe in, the whole mini Maud method of eating junk food for all your food. I just believe that there should be no fear or demonization of foods. There should just be a neutral state, and that's recovery, finding a neutral state around food. Maybe you can look at a date and say that's nutritionally better, so I'm going to eat more of that in my diet. But if I crave a piece of chocolate, there should be no guilt and shame over it. The major goal in recovery is getting rid of that orthorexic attitude and finding normalcy with everything, with exercise, with your body, with food. There's people, they've got so many followers. They shouldn't be giving dietary advice to people who are recovering from a severe illness. The focus should be on mindful, intuitive eating. But also, like I said before, people that are in the early stages of recovery, they're going to be having to eat thousands and thousands of calories of food. I think it's something like 1,200 calories a day. Literally just feeds your organs. It lets your heart beat, it lets your liver and your kidneys function. Then on top of that, you've got your daily energy expenditure just from walking around, just from breathing. Then on top of that, you've got all the internal repairs. So you think of all that time, if it was months, if it was, for most cases, years, these people have been starving their body, years abusing it. And think of all those calories that they've lost, they've burned off. And they've been in this deficit for years. And so that's going to take a long time for the calories to be restored and to restore all the different functions and to get everything back to normalcy. So you can't just expect people to be eating these calorically dilute foods and be hitting, 4,000, 5,000 calories a day, sometimes more, just on, vegetables or whatever. It's just not realistic. There's a thing called reactive eating or extreme hunger in recovery, and I've experienced that myself, where your body just cries out for nutrition, it cries out for as many calories it can get because it's been in this horrible deficit for so long. You get so bloated and so uncomfortable, and it's a very hard experience. A healthy relationship with food is eating nourishing foods, intuitively, mindfully, eating as much as your body asks for. And I mean, even if you don't have much of an appetite, you're still going to be nourishing your body, so you're getting enough food in. So I guess the point of this video was just to highlight the fact that if you're a prominent figure in social media or wherever it may be, and you're encouraging restrictive diets, you're encouraging calorie counting, clean eating, if you're demonizing certain foods, if you're doing anything like this, you really need to stop for a second and just have a think of what your words are going to do, how they're going to affect your viewers.